what's up and welcome back to my channel. In today's video we're going to be testing out a bunch of new makeup products. So a lot of the stuff that I have here is some of the stuff that you guys saw me feature in a recent haul because I did a little bit of shopping over the holiday period, and I'm finally going to be sitting down and trying some of that stuff out, which is so cool. But I got new stuff from Tarte. I've got that P. Louise eyeshadow base. I've got a Juvia's Place eyeshadow palette, a bunch of other things. So yeah, really cool stuff. And I'm also super excited that we actually have a sponsor for today's video, and it's a sponsor that actually means so much to me. So today's video is in collaboration with Sigma. I'm sure that, you know, all of you watching this video are familiar with Sigma brushes and Sigma makeup. This collaboration is really important to me because I've been using Sigma brushes since the beginning of my career as a professional makeup artist. And like, I've got brushes here, literally, that I have had 7-8 years. Well, I mean, I purchased them, was the first year that Brandon and I were together, and we have been together for 8 years. So some of the brushes, like this one here, Tapered Face Brush by Sigma, I have had this for literally like 8 years. Yes. They're so good. Now, the reason behind this is that Sigma have actually launched into Sephora stores here in Australia. So before they were available online, but they're officially now available to purchase, so you can, you know, browse the range and shop them in store at Sephora. I will have a find a retailer, like your closest retailer page, linked in the description bar for you guys. So if you click on that, you'll be able to find, you know, where you can get them that's closest to your location. I've always loved the quality of Sigma brushes. You know, based on the ones that I have had for 8 years, they definitely are worth the investment. They last really well. They're incredibly soft. These are cruelty-free and vegan, and they do also come with a 2-year warranty. I mean, you guys have been watching me here on my channel since the start using Sigma brushes. You guys know how much I love them, and you know that I have always recommended them. So yeah, this is just, it's so exciting that they reached out and they actually wanted to work with me. Like I said, it really means a lot to me. These are the first makeup brushes that I ever bought. That 2-year warranty is also valid on all of their brush care products. If you saw a recent video, actually it might even be worth mentioning, I showed a video recently showing you guys exactly how I wash and dry my brushes, and I did use the Sigma Spa mat in that. So any of their brush gadgets, that 2-year warranty does apply to those also. And all of their brush, you know, cleansing products like their Sigmagic shampoo and stuff like that, they're all 100% natural as well. So yeah, I think it's about time that we jumped into the tutorial. I might scoot you guys in a little bit closer maybe. Maybe not straight away, but yes, if you want to see a full face of me testing out new makeup, then please keep on watching. All right, so first up to try, I have this primer by Tarte. This is their new base tape primer. They seem to have like a Shape Tape range, because I do also have the Shape Tape setting powder to test out today. I'm really like, oh, what's this about? Obviously this is a hydrating primer, so I'm not 100% sure how this is going to go. Oh, it is very runny. Oh my gosh, it smells delicious. Oh my god, on my nose. Oh my gosh. It smells like coconut, I think. I think that's what that is. Now, I unfortunately don't have a new foundation to show you in today's video, so I'm going to be using my Fenty foundation. I've just been really enjoying that one lately. So that feels really nice on the skin. It does feel tacky. Definitely is hydrating. Yeah, it feels really nice and lightweight though. So, gonna move on to the foundation. This is the Fenty foundation. Obviously not a first impression. I'm gonna be using the shade 240 today, and I'm gonna be applying it with my Sigma F80 Flat Top Kabuki. This is a brush. This brush goes back, for me, as far as my YouTube channel, like way, if you go back to my very first ever uploaded video, guarantee I'm using this brush. It's literally the best like flat top kabuki out there. Everybody knows this brush. Like, so beautiful and soft, and it just makes your foundation finish like, it gives like a beautiful airbrush finish to the skin. It's gorgeous. I'm going to pop the foundation on the back of my hand, and I'm going to pick it up on the brush. And with these sort of flat top kabuki brushes, what I like to do is actually dot the foundation all over, and you're going to see how fast it is to blend this out too. It's crazy. So dotting it over the other side, and then I sort of start to use sort of kind of circular-ish motions, but also stippling motions to work it into the skin, and it'll give a really beautiful full coverage sort of a finish. Sigma do also make a really good foundation sponge. Again, you guys have heard me talk and rave on about that sponge for months and months. Actually, it's probably been over a year now. It was in several of my monthly favorites videos. I'm going to show you guys that when I apply the concealer, I think. Oh, I did just realize I forgot to mention I do actually have a discount code with Sigma, guys. I've had it for a little while now. It's always been in my description bar, but you can use the code nikkiajoy to get 10% off any Sigma products. Yeah, I'll have all that information listed for you. See how smooth that is? It's quick, it's simple, it's smooth. Like I said, I've been recommending this brush for years and I will continue going on doing so. All right, moving on to brows now. I have a brow powder to test out. This is from Makeup Obsession, which is actually from Makeup Revolution. I bought this off the Makeup Revolution website. And it is their brow powder in the shade Ebony. It's like a dual tone kind of a powder. Oh, and it's always taped up, aren't they? So that is what that one there looks like. I feel like it's meant to be like a dupe of a Makeup Forever product, and it's a funny sort of a thing because this actually pops out. I don't know, maybe these are magnetic? I'm not sure. I might move you guys in a little bit closer because I'll do my brows, then we'll move on to my eyes. So to fill in my brows, I'm going to be using the Sigma E65 small angle brush. It's a really nice, precise little angle brush. Again, I've been using this brush for years. Taking a little of the powder, and I'm going to start filling them in. It looks like it's going to be a good color match actually. With this brush, and I mean, I feel like a lot of you have found the same thing, you know, for you as well. I don't have huge features on my face. Like, I'm kind of like, I've got like kind of like a small head, if that makes sense. And a lot of brow brushes, you know, that I've tried over the years, they've just been too big. It's kind of like with mascara wands, they're just too big. Yeah, these brushes are really nice and small and precise, and it gets the job done really fast. So I've just used the lighter side of this powder to fill in the head there. It's actually really easy to apply. I'm not finding it, you know, particularly like patchy or anything. I'm going to try the deeper shade. It might be a little too dark for me though. We'll see. I'm going to put that through the tail. I find with these brushes too, you get a really precise brow tail. Like super nice and thin, see that? You don't want your, like the end of your brow to just like have a big fat chunky edge, if that makes sense. Now, as always with these first impressions type videos, I will be wearing this makeup all day, and I will be updating you guys in the description bar if, you know, any of the products just don't last that well, or, you know, I get like ridiculous like creasing, or it just fades, all of that sort of stuff. Will be in the description bar. I do really like this powder. It's really pigmented. It's performing exactly like, you know, a high-end powder would. So I'm going to quickly finish this off, and then I'll be back to start the eyes. All right, brows are done, and I've just put a bit of brow gel through them. I like that powder. It's going to be interesting to see how it lasts during the day, but yeah, it's nice. So let's move on to priming the eyes. I'm really excited to try this. This is the P. Louise base. It's an eyeshadow base, and everybody lost their minds over it. Basically, I'm going to be testing it out for the first time today. I've got two shades. I've got Rumor 1 and Rumor 0.5, and they both look incredibly pale. They look paler than the swatches did on the website. I'm going to try Rumor 1. Yeah, I don't know if this is going to be too pale, really. Oh, it's quite thick. Really, really quite thick. It's definitely going to be too pale, but that's all right. We're going to make it work. All right, so I'm going to blend this over my lids with a brush. This is the Sigma P84 Precision Angled. You guys, again, have seen me use this brush so many times. It's pretty much the one I always use to apply my eyeshadow base. These ones do come in different shapes, actually. Where are my other ones? I've got heaps of them. I hoard them. Oh, here's another one, the 3D HD Precision one. They do make their brushes in rose gold ferrules as well. They're beautiful. Let's go in with this. Oh, okay. It is so pigmented. They're not kidding when they say this is pigmented. But it is also way too pale for my skin tone. I mean, it's going to be great to make, you know, bright colours pop. And especially, like, we're going to be using sort of brighter-ish colours today. But I'm going to have to go back and purchase a deeper shade of this one. It's quite smooth. It's quite easy to apply. I feel like it's blending out quite well. I'm pretty sure this one, like, it dries down to like a really matte sort of a finish. It'll be interesting to see if I love it as much as I love the MAC Pro Longwear paint pots. These little brushes are cool because they're kind of like mini foundation kabukis, just like miniature versions. They're really good for like eyeshadow primer. They're great for concealer. Just like any kind of cream or liquid product. I love them for that. It's not going to be the best first impression because it's sort of too pale, but yeah, we'll see. It's more if, it helps with eyeshadow blending and if it keeps my eyeshadows, crease proof and stuff during the day. Okay. Oh, I'm so excited. So I'm going to be using the Nubian 2 palette by Juvia's Place today. Again, this is my very, very first ever time trying these eyeshadow palettes. So excited. And this is what this palette looks like. I do have a couple of others here, but I'm going to start with this one and try and get a whole look out of this. Oh my gosh, these look so pretty. I'll show you guys a couple of swatches. So this is the shade Yeah. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. This is the shade Nefertiti. They're so pigmented. Morocco. Wow. Yeah, they ain't playing. I'm going to start out with the shade Morocco, this sort of orange matte colour. I'm going to lay that down as a transition shade. I'm going to be using the Sigma E40 tapered blending brush. This is sort of like a larger sized blending brush. It's really, really good for diffusing crease colours. All right, so taking a little of that orange, I'm going to start to blend it through the crease. Oh, so it is blending fairly well on that base. Not having too many issues. I'm just going to build it up slowly because I've never worked with these shadows before, so I'm a bit like, oh, what's going to happen here? Oh, wow, with a second layer, you really start getting into it, don't you? And the other side. This brush really does make crease colours so easy to apply. Maybe we'll do like bronze today. My last eyeshadow look that I did here, actually, I'm probably going to post that after this video, but it's a really rich emerald green. It's so nice. So maybe we'll do like bronze and copper today. Definitely blends really, really well. I'm not finding I'm having any issues blending that out. It's working well. I'm going back in with a little more orange to actually intensify it a little. I'm sort of just working that backwards and forwards directly through the crease there. You guys know I love me an orange eyeshadow. You know. I'm actually curious to see how the dark brown in this palette blends. So this shade here, this is the shade Kenya. That's like a matte deep brown. And to apply that, I'm going to use the Sigma E25 blending brush. This is a sort of like a smaller blending brush. It's one of my favorite all-time brushes from Sigma. It's really, really nice to blend with. Okay, that brown is pigmented. I'm going to tap off most of that excess. Maybe, oh, okay. They're not playing. No, they're not. I'm going to start applying this on the outer. Wow. Ooh. It is so pigmented. Just on the outer corner, and then I'm going to start blending it. It actually blends out easier than I sort of expected. Let's do the other side. First I'm sort of packing it, and then I sort of start to work the brush in circular motions. I always blend my shadows upwards and outwards in circular motions. You'll find you get the best finish if you do that. I'm really impressed with how that blended. That was nice. So I think I'm going to go into Ya, that colour, that bronzy shade that I swatched earlier. I'm going to pack that onto the lid, I think. I'm going to try it with a finger and with a brush just to see sort of how they go. But, oh my gosh, look at that pigment. Wow. I see now why everyone loves Juvia's Place so much. Oh, smoky, bronzy queen. Just sort of packing it with my finger. And then we will use a brush to diffuse the edges. Going back in with another Sigma E25 blending brush. This is just a clean one. I'm going to softly diffuse the edges. This is another brush that I hoard several copies of because I use them so much. All right, let's highlight the brow bone. There's a shade in here called Zuri, and it looks like a goldy sort of a champagne shimmery kind of color. I think I'm going to try that. I mean, it's really the only highlight shade in this palette. I'm going to use a Sigma short shader. This is their E20. It's a really nice flat little dense brush. It's really good through the lower lash line as well, but I also like using it for my brow bone because it's smaller and it sort of covers a smaller area. I don't have a huge brow bone area. All right, so I've taken a little bit of Zuri and I'm gonna sort of smudge it. Okay, that is pigmented. That's really nice. And I'm sort of like kind of sweeping it down a little bit, blending it down into that color to sort of reduce the height of it. I may have gotten a little bit blend happy. It happens, all right? I can't help myself. All right, I'm gonna apply that Nefertiti, that really rich gold color that we swatched earlier. I'm gonna actually pack that on like right in the inner corners. I feel like it's gonna look so good. So this is the Sigma E21 Smudge. Oh, hang on, sorry, it's not focusing. This little guy here is probably my most loved and most used brush from Sigma. Again, I've got several of these. They're so good for packing on like dense color, especially on the inner corners or through the lower lash line, because it's got such a small surface area, and the bristles on this really pick up a lot of color. It's beautiful to use. It really is just beautiful. So taking Nefertiti, oh my gosh, look at that color. I'm going to pack that through the inner corner, and I'm also going to sort of blend it a little bit across the lid to fade it into that copper. Okay, I'm going back in with Morocco. This was the original crease color, and I'm back in with the E20, the Sigma E20 short tongue twister, short shader, and I'm just going to sort of smoke that through the lower lash line. Just to sort of bring everything in, and I might use a little of that deep brown through there as well. All right, for mascara, I've got a new one to test. This is by Rimmel. This is another one that I did show in a recent haul. This is their Scandalize Wow Wings Mascara. I really liked the look of the brush on this. It's sort of, I mean, it's a smaller brush, which is, again, great, but it's sort of like wings out at the bottom. You can see that there. Yeah, it looks good. Oh, okay, so there's a lot on the brush, and it's just gone like really chunky. Oh, no. I mean, it gives a lot of volume, but it might be one of those mascaras that are better, you know, when they're a little bit drier, because it's quite a wet formula, and it's packing on so much product. Don't know about that. I might finish my mascara off camera with another one. Okay, lashes. For this look today, I'm going to be using my Amelia lashes. These are from my own brand, Nikkia Joy Cosmetics, and these are part of our brand new Naked collection. It's a really exciting collection, this one. It features first to market technology. Got ultra flex technology in these bands, and they're 100% knot free, and they've got like ridiculously flexible, comfortable, 100% seamless, undetectable bands. They're incredible. Sounds freaky, but it looks like the lashes are literally like growing out of your own skin. I know that sounds creepy as, but they're just, oh, I'm so proud of these. They're really soft and wispy too. Oh, these are gonna work perfect. I haven't glued them down yet. I'm just sort of sitting them on to see what we feel. Oh, look how smoky they make my eye look there. Yes. Oh my gosh, love. Okay, I'm gonna apply this quickly off camera, finish my lower lash mascara, and then I'll be right back. All right, so lashes are on, and this is the eyes all finished. Love how they turned out. I'm not sure if I mentioned earlier also, these lashes are triple curled, which means they're much more curled than normal lashes. I don't know if you can see the side profile. It just gives your eyes a much like brighter and wider effect. Yay. Okay, let's move on to concealer. Now I have an Essence concealer to try today. This is the Essence Camouflage Matte Concealer. It's shade Light Ivory, so again, I'm not sure if the shade's going to be quite right. It does look very, very light. But this says that it's an ultra covering liquid concealer with a matte finish, covers instantly dark circles, blemishes, and tattoos. Long lasting and waterproof, covers tattoos. Oh, must be really good. Don't have tattoos, so don't know. Oh, it's really, really pale though. Oh no. Damn it. Wow, it's really, really light. I'm going to be blending it in using the Sigma 3D HD blending sponge. You guys have heard me talk about this many times before. I'm absolutely like, I love this. You can see it's nearly like a third of a sponge, sort of a shape but cut out. It's got a really fine point, and it's got like some really nice flat edges for baking and stuff. It's really, really soft too. I'm going to blend this concealer with that. It blends out okay. It's just way too light. I think I'm going to have to get this one in a deeper shade to really be able to let you guys know whether or not it's any good. I'm sorry. feel like it's kind of removing the foundation a little bit underneath. Hold that thought. I will have to test this at a later stage when I've got the right color. So going in instead with the new Fenty concealer. I did do a full review on this. Loved it. It's a really, really good concealer. So I'm popping that sort of underneath my eyes, through the center, and also on my chin. And then blending it out underneath as well. All right, so we've got that all blended out. Moving on to powder now. I'm going to be testing the new Tarte Shape Tape Setting Powder. Bizarre. It does come with a little powder puff in the top. Does that... Oh, sorry. Interesting packaging. It's got one of those little mesh things in the top. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm going to be using the same sponge. Sponge is awesome for applying powder. Ooh, and I'm hoping it's translucent. It does feel, it feels quite soft. So I'm going to start applying that to the under eye area. Oh, it's nice and smooth. That actually looks quite good. Ooh, I wonder how it'll go with oils during the day. I'm going to set my T-zone with this. I feel like it's doing a pretty good job of covering my pores too. I feel like I was looking a little pory. Fenty foundation's gorgeous, but if you don't kind of set it, like until you kind of set it, it can look a little bit pory-ish. It's beautiful once it's set, but sort of before that, I don't know. It does feel quite soft on the skin, which is nice. I'm going to switch to a powder brush to do the rest of my face. This is the Sigma F30 large powder brush. It's a really beautiful soft powder brush. Again, you guys have seen me use this a million times here on my channel. I'm going to go straight into this. I'm a bit finicky about powder brushes because if they're not really super soft, I find that they disturb the foundation underneath. I'm like, it's got to be super soft for me to like it. And this one's really good. So I'm just patting the powder into the skin. It's definitely mattifying. It's looking pretty good. It kind of does go everywhere, and I do feel like it's not 100% like completely translucent. I do feel like it is lightening my foundation ever so slightly. But pretty good. Interesting to see how it goes through the day. All right, moving on to the cheeks, I've got a newie from Ofra. This is their brand new. They did a collaboration with Francesca Tolot. She's a really incredible makeup artist. I mean, she's created like a line of products with them. Oh my gosh, I nearly broke my nails. So this is the Gilded palette. This one's got highlighters and bronzers in it. Looks really nice, and I don't actually believe I've ever tried an Ofra bronzer, so I'm excited to try it. I'm going to use probably this lighter shade here. This one is Bisque. Yes, Bisque. To apply that, I'm going to use this Sigma F40 large angled contour brush. It's a really nice angled contour brush. You guys have seen me use this plenty of times. I also love it for blush. It's really good to apply blush. Ooh, looks shimmery in the pan, but then on the brush it looks matte. Oh, and it does look very pigmented. Oh, that's nice. You know, like when you use a product and you instantly know if you're going to love it or hate it. I just had one of those moments. I like it. I do really like Ofra products. They make really nice products. I'm just buffing that into the skin. Wow. Okay, that bronzer is gorgeous. Oh my goodness. I like that. Makeup products like made in collaboration with like proper professional makeup artists are always the best. Always. I like this contour brush because it doesn't give you like a ridiculously sharp line, which is then later on hard to blend out. Like it just makes the job easy. Oh, that bronzer's nice. Blends so effortlessly. It's gorgeous. The highlighters in this palette look really pretty too. There's like a shimmery... Oh, maybe they're blushes. They're blushes, not highlighters. There you go. There's like a pink and an orange. That orange one does look pretty. Little bit shimmery for my liking though. So for blush, I'm going to be trying out the Sigma Blush Cheek Palette. You guys saw me use the Sculpt version of this. I really loved that Sculpt version. I think I featured it, many months ago, but that was like a contouring kind of a palette. This though. Oh, it's like a range of different blushes, and that might be a bronzer in there too. How nice is that? Like I said, I do have that discount code. You can use the code nikkiajoy. It'll get you 10% off all the brushes, obviously, but also any of Sigma's makeup products, and they do make really lovely makeup products. All right, to apply this, I'm going to be using my beloved F25. This is the tapered face brush. Like I said, guys, this is 8 years old. It is still as beautifully soft as it was when I first purchased it. It's like the ferrule's not loose. Like, they're such good quality. I love them. So I'm gonna... I've got an orangey sort of a situation happening, so I might go a little Tiger Lily, this sort of orangey one here, and I might even mix in a little bit of this one. Is that Cor de Rosa? Cor de Rosa, yes. It looks so nice. I've been wanting to try this blush palette for a while. Ooh, so this is Tiger Lily. It's a really sort of a soft kind of a color. It might be a little too light for my skin tone. I'm going to go Cor de Rosa now. And just like sort of sweep a little of that just over the top. Oh, look at that. That is nice. That is really nice. Oh my gosh, I don't even think I need highlighter. Oh, that looks really pretty. It's kind of got like a highlighter element to it, but without being chunky or, you know, increasing texture. Looks really pretty. I'm going to repeat the same thing on the other side. So Tiger Lily first, and then Cor de Rosa over the top. Oh, I like these. Oh, I feel like I've got so much color back in my face now. Yes. And then finally for lips, I'm going to be testing out one of the new Jeffree Star Cosmetics liquid lipsticks. So this is, I feel like it was from his holiday collection. This is the shade Scandal, and the packaging of these is just beautiful. They do have a really interesting scent though. Oh, this is like a pink. Hey, that's pretty. I do quite like the formula of these. They're not as pigmented as a lot of liquid lipsticks. They're sort of more, I don't know, they're a very light, comfortable formula, and if you want full opacity, you do have to build it up. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It just means that generally they're a lot more comfortable to wear. Well, there you have it, guys. This is the finished look. It's a little different. I really do like how it's turned out, and with that really rich orange shade on the inner corner of my eyes. I also feel like it makes my eyes look really blue. Love the cheeks. My skin, I feel like it might look a little textured with that Shape Tape powder. Like I said, I will be updating in the description bar down below how these wear through the day. If I do have any issues like creasing or anything with the eyes, I'll let you guys know all of that down below. Thank you again to Sigma for partnering with me for today's video. Like I said, you can use the coupon code nikkiajoy and it will get you 10% off any Sigma products. And also very exciting that you can now shop Sigma beauty products. They've got a really good range in there too in Sephora Australia stores. So yay! I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I love you all so much. Please give it a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments bar, and I will catch you all in my next one. Bye!